Well, we're very lucky in having a wonderful team of many volunteers who help us with the garden. Gardening is a pretty intensive activity, high labor in many cases, and we have 8 acres here and only 1 employee on state salary really to take care of it all. So we depend on students and volunteers, and there's a woman from Durham, Edith Edelman, and volunteers who work with her that keeps that 350-foot border looking beautiful all the time. And I think too many people worry about it being perfect the first time. And a big part of the art of gardening is to rearrange it all the time. And then, well, this didn't quite work, I'll put it over there. And don't be afraid to dig up and change your mind. That's part of the fun of gardening. You can do anything if you enjoy it. And I think that's the important message, is don't worry too much about the rules that a national figure says this is how it has to be. Well, maybe not. Not everybody does the same thing.
What did you set out to do in building this Arboretum?
Well, the mission of it is a part of the university's education, research, extension, outreach sort of programs. It starts with wanting to provide a greater variety of better plants for the citizens of North Carolina, things that don't require as much maintenance, less pesticides, and are beautiful year-round. So that's our goal, is to get those in the hands of the public. We're a little bit unusual as a gardener because some people would call it perverse. We sort of pray for these record droughts and hot summers and record freezes because in an average year we don't learn anything. And our mission is to find out what's the toughest plants around that we can recommend to people. So a winter like this, where most gardens or many gardens get kind of devastated, we look for the survivors, and then we say, here's a plant that's really worthy that people ought to have. So we've enjoyed the disasters of this winter. Well, it was one of our great moments over the years. He was here on his 80th birthday, and we had a party for him. And he's considered the greatest landscape architect in the world at this time. And we walked him around, and he saw the perennial border at its full magnificence, and it kind of sucked his breath in and looked at it, and he said, "This is an epic event in world horticulture." And I thought, for an Englishman, to say that about an American garden is pretty remarkable. We've treasured that statement ever since. can come to this garden in January in a snowstorm and 20 degrees outside, and there will be flowers in full bloom at that time. Visitors will walk around the corner, and here's this 200 feet of pink or purple or blue grasses staring with stripes sometimes in them as well, and it kind of awes people. I said, well, you can have color in the winter if you get the right paint can out here too.
I read that one of the great treasures of your life is to get French vanilla ice cream and a box of blueberries, and as long as it's 50-50, that's heaven.
Well, I'll tell you, that's pretty close to heaven, let me tell you.
You grow any blueberry bushes out here?
We actually do, and in our department we have one of the nation's leading blueberry breeders, and one of the things he's working on, and we have them in the garden to see, are ornamental blueberries. Some of these have beautiful foliage, some of them are evergreen, and you can eat them as well. So we like the concept of the edible landscape, of looking at plants that are not only beautiful, have flowers and fruit and winter color, but you can eat them as well. So that works well. And we would tell everybody we're open every day of the year, and there's always something in bloom. Be sure to come.
Thank you, J.C.